30 and 30 Club, welcome back to another episode of the Who Dat Chat. Today, we will be recapping the Saints' heartbreaking loss to the Washington Commanders by a score of 20-19. Quick attire change, had to go out and do something for a little bit. I'm now back to recording this video. This game was definitely a tale of two halves. This was a game where Jake Haener had initially started for the Saints, and he did not look good. There was a point in the game where Jake Haener had more sacks taken than completed passes. While the Saints defense did try to stop the Commanders to the best of their ability, totaling 8 sacks on the game, 2 coming from Cam Jordan, 2 coming from Chase Young, who had a little bit of revenge on the game, 1 from Demario Davis, 1 from Ugo Amadi, and 1 from Carl Granderson. The Saints were still lit up a little bit in the passing game. Terry McLaurin was absolutely electric today for the Commanders, absolutely torching the secondary, recording 2 touchdown receptions on the game. The Saints defense had a little bit of struggle in that first half, and then we rolled to the second half. Spencer Rattler ended up coming off the bench, recording 1 touchdown pass, going 10 of 21, 135 yards. The offense definitely looked a little bit more efficient when Spencer Rattler was out on the field than when Jake Haener was. And what I meant by this was a tale of two halves. Saints offense was not efficient at all, could barely get any first downs in that first half, and they gave up 14 points to the Commanders in the first half. And in the second half, they held the Commanders to just 2 field goals. The Saints were able to score 19 points in just the second half. 1 touchdown pass coming from Cedric Wilson, of all people, to Alvin Kamara. And the fact that this game was as close as it was to the very end is absolutely insane to me, because the Commanders' offense was out on the field for a total of 40 minutes and 50 seconds to the Saints' only 19 minutes and 10 seconds, and the Saints only losing by 1 is very shocking to me, but unfortunately they still did lose in the end. And Jaden Daniels, on the other hand, too, for the Commanders, was very efficient today. He went 25 of 31 for 226 yards and 2 touchdowns, like I said, going to Terry McLaurin. The Saints were a better second half team in this game, and I feel if they had started Spencer Rattler this whole game, maybe, just maybe, we would have won. But unfortunately, that is not the case. But the Commanders also did outgain the Saints in this game, 326 yards to 245. But the biggest plays from this game came down to the very end of the game. With only 17 seconds left when the Saints were down at their own 8-yard line, Spencer Rattler threw a ball to Foster Moreau that got him a 1st and goal at their own 1-yard line. No timeouts, still down 7. Spencer Rattler was able to get the offense up to the line of scrimmage, spike the ball, make it 2nd and goal, and with only 3 seconds left on the game clock, Spencer Rattler was able to step back, pass a ball to Foster Moreau, scoring a touchdown, making it 20-19. And then Darren Rizzi decided to make the very, very gutsy call and going for the 2-point conversion. Spencer Rattler would roll out to his right, try to find Juwan Johnson, unfortunately unable to connect to him, ending the game effectively right there, making it 20-19 Commanders. Unfortunately, this was the end of the game for the Saints. My biggest takeaway from this game is that definitely have to give Spencer Rattler another shot, especially going into the last 3 weeks of the season. The Saints are pretty much eliminated from the playoffs. Mathematically speaking, they're still in it. Tampa Bay did win today, so it is going to be very, very difficult if the Saints even had a shot of making the playoffs. But unfortunately, it does not look like this is going to be a year the Saints make the playoffs yet again. They are 5-9 now on the season, will end the season with a losing record. But under Darren Rizzi, they are 3-2. I still do not believe that Darren Rizzi is just the guy yet. He does give this team a little bit more life than what we saw with Dennis Allen, especially in the last 7 games. Dennis Allen was the head coach, losing all 7 of the games. Saints looked really, really good in the first 2 weeks of the season. Fell down 7 straight, but under Darren Rizzi, this team looks like it has new life in it, and the Saints, yet again, on special teams, had another missed field goal against them, and I believe I saw a stat line today where they were like, teams were like 2 of 8 on field goal attempts against the Saints. So I do genuinely believe that Spencer Rattler will be the guy going forward for the rest of the season, especially if Derek Carr will be done for the rest of the year. Saints have 3 games left. Like I said, they are probably out of the playoffs for good. I mean, it would take a miracle for them to win the NFC South at this point. But they do travel to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers next week on Monday Night Football. So maybe maybe Spencer Rattler can get some more efficiency out of this offense. It's going to be a very, very tough task for them to beat Green Bay, especially in Lambeau, in the cold. But it only take time to tell. Unfortunately, the Saints did lose this one in a very heartbreaking fashion. But that's the name of the game. So until next time, I'm Mr. Saint 12 and 5. This is the 30 and 30 Club. And if you like what you saw, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.